From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning. Today is a first alert weather day because we do have the potential for a few isolated severe thunderstorms. This is going to time out this evening into tonight, and we're in that marginal risk still from yesterday, but there is a level 2 out of 5 along the I-5 corridor from Seattle down through Portland and Eugene. So that area has been upgraded a little bit as severe thunderstorms look a little bit more likely across that part of the state of Washington and Oregon. Now, temperatures this morning are starting off in the 40s and 50s, so it's not quite as chilly as yesterday morning. 49 in the Tri-Cities, 49 in Hermiston, 55 in Walla Walla, and 52 degrees in Yakima. Now, we do expect temperatures to climb today. Winds will be on the light side, and record warmth is looking likely for many of our cities as temperatures climb to near 70 by noon, and then we're looking at mid to upper 70s once again. So some of us broke records yesterday. We'll talk more about these record highs and when those storms could pop up coming up in a little bit. Good morning, Northwest.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, we're waking up to the smell of smoke in the air as crews battled the fire near the Delta in Richland, and they were there for hours. Firefighters saying as soon as one hot spot was out, another would spark back up. We have the latest information on that fire coming up.
And speaking of fires, it's getting warmer out and people will begin grilling outside. But firefighters say this can lead to dangerous fires if you're not handling the grill properly. We have what they're advising the community coming up.
Also ahead, for the first time in almost 20 years, the top threat for Americans stems from drug cartels. That's according to top Trump administration officials. We dive deeper into that claim and take a look at past threats as well. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Wednesday, March 25th. And a big fire to talk about this morning.
That's right, and we can still smell it in the air outside. So fire crews are keeping a close eye on the Delta just off of SR 240 near the Yakima River Bridge. That wildfire sparking up again yesterday and had crews trying to get it put out for more than 8 hours.
Yeah, you can smell the smoke this morning. You could see the smoke for miles yesterday. The fire first sparked Sunday, then reignited again yesterday in different areas along that Delta. It broke out around noon, still burning around 10 o'clock last night. Fire crews telling us that as soon as one hotspot was out, another one would spark and then spread to other areas throughout that Delta region.
Now, the walking path along SR 240 was shut down by police and Richland Fire, but stay with us on air and online for more developments as they come in.
And crews in Prosser were also busy with the fire yesterday. This one just outside of Prosser city limits. Take a look at video from our crews at the scene. West Benton Fire Rescue responding to this fire just after 12:30. This is at Hinslinger Road and West Heck Road. It was a private farm full of chickens, goats, sheep. Firefighters tell us that the homeowner was actually doing some normal lawn care with spring now here, and that's when a gust of wind took over and a brush fire started.
We had a pretty mild winter, so things are not as wet as normal, so we're going to expect some pretty good fire season this year. So I would just caution everybody as they're burning to just be aware of the surroundings and remember the burn regulations. You know, the footprint's got to be a 4x4 and make sure you have water supply nearby.
Crews monitored that fire for hot spots for a couple of hours to make sure nothing sparked back up. Luckily, no one was hurt and no farm animals were hurt either.
Now, continuing with fire coverage, fire departments around the region are urging people to grill safely this summer. Our Dan Hansen says it's these kinds of fires that can lead to the biggest loss of property or even a life.
If you plan to enjoy the nice weather and go outside and do some barbecuing, there might be a couple things to think about.
When it comes to barbecue fires, we can attribute at least 2 in the last year to unattended barbecues.
Kennewick Fire Department Deputy Fire Marshal Ethan Bishop says not properly disposing of charcoal and ashes plays a factor. He recommends keeping grills outdoors and at least 10 feet away from any structure.
If you're utilizing charcoal or wood, give it a couple hours, allow for the ashes to cool down. Once the ashes have cooled down, then we recommend that you have a metal container with a locking lid, much like this one, that you can dump your ashes into.
Leave the charcoal in the grill for a few hours and let it cool down. Bishop says the last thing you want to get is a burn. Fill the metal container with water, stir it, and lock the lid. And let it sit for a few days before disposing of the ashes. A good way to know if it's safe to transfer is
put a little water on it and see if you get any steam. If you get steam, then you know it's still hot. If not, then you can probably be assured that it's probably cool. When you are taking them in, I would use a shovel. Definitely don't use your hands.
He also warns never to store the container next to your home to avoid potential fire risks. Bishop says never to leave grills unattended and keep flammable items away from those flames. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Dan. 5:05 now, and a local robotics team is building a legacy and competing once again in a world robotics competition. The Circle Gets the Square robotics team from Ellensburg is gearing up to head to Dallas, where they're going to compete on the world stage. Coach Brian McKean, who has been with this team for 8 years, says this 3-day tournament will bring together over 480 teams, and they're all vying for the title of best robotics team in the world.
The way it works is you're divided into divisions. So we'll be in a division of 80 teams. I think they take the top 20 teams out of that, get to go to division finals. And then from there, the two teams with the highest score, from there go to the overall finals.
Now, Coach McKean also says that these students design and build their own robots from scratch and gain not just technical skills, but life lessons that extend far beyond the competition.
And a new art studio has opened up in Sela, offering inclusive, affordable, no judgment opportunities for people of all ages. Happily Painted studio owner Danielle Redfell has spent years holding local paint and sip events, but dreamed of opening her own art space. Now, events include Bob Ross classes, wet on wet oil painting, acrylics, art camps for kids, and open studio time. And the goal is to make art more accessible for people in the community who could benefit from it the most.
Everybody's very busy, everybody's a lot of times really stressed out. Art is a way for people to kind of just make a pause on their life, come out, learn how to relax, learn something new, and potentially change their life.
Happily Painted Studio is located next to Ray's Thriftway in Sela, and a list of upcoming events is available on the studio's Facebook page. Looking ahead today, there's been an urgent need for nurses in Washington, and it's putting the state at the top of a list that we don't want to be on.
Yeah, what list that is and what does that look like for us here in the Tri-Cities, and what's the cure? Our Wendy Redmond brings us a preview of the very first installment of Apple Valley News Now Investigates.
By 2037, it's projected Washington will be among the worst in the country when it comes to the nursing shortage. With more baby boomers retiring and needing care, officials at Cadillac in Richland say it's been a challenge at times getting enough nurses, but that's just part of the problem, and hospitals are working against the clock to solve it.
Does this prediction of Washington having the worst nursing shortage in the nation have to come to fruition, or do we have time to reverse course?
I hope the latter. Cadillac says they're being proactive in getting creative and finding solutions. But since this problem has many causes, it needs a multi-pronged approach to fix it. I'm Wendy Redmond. I'll have an in-depth look at how we got here and how healthcare professionals are trying to turn things around. Don't miss my Apple Valley News Now investigation, Nursing Shortage, Critical Condition, tonight at 6.
And coming up in just a few minutes on Good Morning Northwest, for the first time in almost 20 years, the top threat for Americans stems from drug cartels. And that's according to top Trump administration officials. We have all the details coming up in just a few minutes.
And meteorologist Tiffany Savona in for Josh this morning, breaking down your first alert forecast, giving you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 5:09, and she will be back after the break with your forecast.
It only happens once a year. The McCurley dealership spring cleaning event is here at McCurley Honda. And this March, your trade is worth more than ever. Right now, we're giving you an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase when you trade in a vehicle, plus special event savings on every new and pre-owned vehicle. And with exclusive low-rate financing, driving home a new ride has never been easier. Get to McCurley Honda today, where your trade is worth more this March.
Attention former Hanford workers and contractors. You deserve the benefits and care you've earned. You may qualify for benefits including life-changing in-home health care. Join United Energy Workers Healthcare for a free Atomic Family Reunion at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick on Friday, April 11th. Reconnect, enjoy great food, and learn about exclusive benefits to help you live longer, better, and independently at home. RSVP by calling 509-286-2661 or visit uewhealth.com.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
At US Cellular, we're celebrating our customers, like JP here. It's a special event. Us days.
Yeah, we get special rewards and exclusive deals, and it's only for US Cellular customers. It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Us Days at US Cellular. Right now, our customers can get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
Individuals, couples, and families. You could get a refund of up to $1,290 back on taxes paid last year, as well as refunds for 2023 and 2022. Learn more at workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check.
I want to turn something that was meant for negative, I want to turn it into something positive.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Everybody said we would never last. Here we are.
America's favorite family.
Somehow it felt like it would be forever.
Takes their final bow.
And I'm going to miss it very, very much.
Well, let me just take this.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
It was a very warm day yesterday, and it's going to be another warm day today. In fact, we're expecting record warmth across the region on this Wednesday, all thanks to this high pressure still in control of our weather before our next storm system pushes onshore tonight. That is why our chances for showers and storms will be going up this evening through the rest of the week. So record warmth looking likely, like I mentioned. Here are your forecast highs versus the current records. We're forecasting 78 in the Tri-Cities. Record to beat is 76. Forecast for Yakima, 75. Record to beat 74. 80, that's what we're forecasting in Walla Walla. That record 74, so we'll likely hit that and surpass it. And then the record to beat in Hermiston, 82. We're only forecasting 79. So I think Tri-Cities, Yakima, Walla Walla have good chances of breaking those records today. After the warmth comes the storms, and that is why today is a First Alert Weather Day. We're expecting isolated severe thunderstorms to develop later on today into this evening. Main threats, damaging wind gusts, hail, potentially up to quarter size, and heavy rain. And this will all be possible after 4 o'clock today, continuing into the early evening hours. So we'll have your hour-by-hour forecast for you and let you know how much longer those rain chances linger in our 7-day forecast coming up in a bit. Ladies, back to you.
Tiffany, thanks. 5:13 in your national headlines this morning. President Trump has signed an executive order which will boost proof of citizenship requirements for voting in federal elections. So with this order, you would need to show your passport, military ID card, or qualifying state or federal photo ID, or need proof that complies with the Real ID Act of 2005. Now, Supreme Court ruling mandates that states accept a generic voter registration form offered by the U.S. Election Assistance Commission. That form does not require citizenship documents. The EAC says it is reviewing the executive order and will determine its next steps. And fentanyl and international drug gangs responsible for smuggling the deadly street drug are now ranking among the top threats to U.S. national security. All of this according to an assessment by top Trump administration officials. In the past, global conflicts were often cited as major threats to the U.S. Also, this year's assessment did not include climate change, which is a major shift from previous threat assessments, including those during President Trump's first administration. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we're going to check back in with meteorologist Tiffany Sedona. It's 5:15, giving you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera. We're going to let you know just how warm it could get today. We saw a beautiful day yesterday. Will today be the same? She'll let us know.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
What's great about basketball? Almost everything.
What's not great about basketball? The term three-pointer.
Boring.
Instead, let's just call them triple plays.
Check it out. Hit it, Steve.
Roberts has it, fires. It's a triple play.
It actually works.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Complete coincidence that that's also the name of where we work.
Not engineered by marketing, no way.
Elevate your lifestyle and embrace your home's full potential with exclusive furnishings and expert interior design you'll find only at Spencer Carlson. Our dedicated team of professional designers will bring your vision to life right now during the American Leather Comfort Sleeper Sale event from February 28th to March 31st. Enjoy 10% off all Comfort Sleepers, Comfort Sleeper Silver, and today's sleepers, including matching stationery pieces. Upgrade your home with premium comfort and style from American Leather. Spencer Carlson, unsurpassed furniture and design for life.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 Wild Edition for just $299 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
Apple Valley News Now investigates critical condition, the nursing shortage, tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. I just want to quickly touch on our high temperatures yesterday. We broke records in Walla Walla and in Hermiston. The new record for yesterday's date will be 79. And look how warm we got in the Tri-Cities. 79, and we got up to 75 in Yakima. And I think temperatures will be very close to where they were yesterday, so another very warm day to enjoy. Temperatures this morning are starting off in the upper 40s and lower 50s. 49 in the Tri-Cities, 46 Sunnyside, 52 in Yakima, a little bit milder along the foothills of the Blues where temperatures are hovering in the mid to upper 50s. Now the winds are primarily out of the north, anywhere between 5 and about 10 miles per hour. They'll stay on the light side for most of the day today. Now the chance for some gusty winds will arrive later on this afternoon and this evening as storms start to fire up. So let's take you hour by hour and show you what to expect today. Most of the day is going to end up warm and dry, so plenty of time to get outside this morning and this afternoon. Notice that storms don't start firing up along the east slopes of the Cascades until 4 or 5 o'clock, but notice that much of the Yakima Valley, Columbia Basin, and northeast Oregon is still still dry. So now it looks like the evening commute may not be impacted as much, but we still have that risk for isolated severe storms across our region. The higher chance for more widespread activity will exist from Seattle down to Portland, Salem, and Eugene. That is where they have a level 2 out of 5 risk for a few more severe thunderstorms to develop. So here's what we're expecting. Isolated severe storms possible, not a guarantee though. And if they do develop, damaging wind gusts, hail up to quarter size, and heavy rain look to be the main threats. And when will this be possible? Anytime today after 4 and 5 o'clock. And that severe threat will only exist across our region for a few hours, because once the sun sets, things will start to quiet down. There will still be some scattered showers out there, but notice that if we don't get storms developing between 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, then that severe risk really diminishing across the region, and we'll just have some scattered showers to deal with overnight and into the day tomorrow. So tonight, scattered showers and storms, temperatures in the upper 40s, lower 50s, and then tomorrow we'll have a better chance for rain overall, even though it will be scattered at times. So even tomorrow, I don't think it's going to rain all day long, but we'll have better chances that we'll see that wet weather. And tomorrow, look at these highs. So no more 70s tomorrow. We're back down to closer to average, low and middle 60s out there. So here is your Tri-Cities 7-day forecast. Today, a first alert weather day for those evening thunderstorms. Tomorrow, we're just dealing with scattered showers, a few lingering showers on Friday, but look at those temperatures. We're cooling down, but still right around average, and then the pattern turns more unsettled as we head into next week. For Yakima, late day thunderstorms possible. That is why today is an alert day, but enjoy those 70s before the storms move in, because then we're expecting rainy and cooler weather arriving by tomorrow. Walla Walla, 80 degrees today with evening storms. So most of your Wednesday is dry, and then we have 60s tomorrow with rain looking likely. In Hermiston, today is actually that first alert weather day. I have to move that red box for you. Tomorrow, just some scattered showers and then looking drier as we head into the weekend. Good Morning Northwest. We'll continue right after the break.
The Subaru A Lot to Love event is here, which means it's time for some spring cleaning at McCurley Subaru. And this March, your trade is worth more than ever. Right now, we're giving you an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase when you trade in a vehicle, plus special event savings on every new and pre-owned vehicle. And with exclusive low-rate financing, driving home a new ride has never been easier. Get to McCurley Subaru today, where your trade is worth more this March.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, a round of pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops, where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings on premium mattress sets.
Like $99 for each piece on any size mattress.
Or $5.99 for a king-size Sealy plush mattress.
Even a queen-size Sealy plush mattress for $3.99.
Beat the buzzer. With crazy prices like this, they won't last long.
Get here before Markdown Madness ends March 31st.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Do it all with Steel Battery.
double your runtime. Get a free extra battery with Select Steel tools. Shop in-store and online.
The Kraken home against the Oilers Thursday at 6:30. Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, we're getting a look at a reboot of a popular show that first aired about 25 years ago.
And another season of The Bachelor is in the books. Here's the latest on what's happening in Hollywood.
Dare you? Go ahead. You do it. I'll do it. Yeah, right. I will.
The reboot of Malcolm in the Middle is adding some familiar faces. Christopher Masterson has announced he is returning as Francis, while Justin Burfield will reprise his role as Reese in the upcoming Disney Plus series. Meantime, Caleb Ellsworth Clark is set to take over the fan-favorite role of Dewey, originally played by Eric Purse Sullivan. Disney is a parent company of ABC News.
And I'll be there for you as your man, as your friend, as your partner.
Oh my God. Speaking of ABC, another season of The Bachelor is in the books. This season's Bachelor, a day trader and former pro basketball player named Grant Ellis, proposed to Juliana Pascarosa in the show's season 29 finale. Adam Driver is returning to TV. The two-time Academy Award nominee is set to star in The Dealer on Apple TV Plus alongside Jessica Chastain, which promises to take viewers inside the high-end art market. It'll be Driver's first season since the end of Girls on HBO. And legendary singer Diana Ross, known as the Queen of Motown Records and the lead singer of the Supremes, turns 81 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Alex Stone, ABC News in Los Angeles.
Well, that song will be in my head the rest of the day.
Well, she's going to be singing it at the break, and
100%.
too.
Yeah, happy birthday to a legend,
Yes.
though. Fantastic. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, the city of Sunnyside is making sure every voice is heard when it comes to decision making. They're doing this by creating a youth-led version of the city council.
And we have the details on that story coming up in your next half hour. But first, we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a new chapter for an old brand. Napster, the music-sharing platform, was just sold for more than $200 million. It was bought by a tech startup which plans to transform Napster into a social music platform which will include virtual 3D spaces for concerts. Next, ChatGPT is doing more than chatting. OpenAI says it's rolling out a new feature for its chatbot designed to generate images from complex instructions. As an example, OpenAI developed a comic strip in seconds. The updated version also accepts voice commands. And finally, tackling America's housing crisis one marijuana plant at a time. More companies are 3D printing homes out of hemp. The hemp is mixed with other materials to make the walls. It's called hempcrete, which experts say is less expensive than other building material. Plus, they say it's mold and fire resistant. I'm Andrew Dimber. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check first that you bought seats in the right section. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Pain means pause on the things you love, but green means go. Among neck pain sufferers, BioFreeze gel was found to be 2 times more effective than ice. So you can keep on going. BioFreeze. Green means go.
At Bombas, we make absurdly comfortable socks, slippers you'll float in, and underwear and tees that feel like clouds. No, bunnies. Visit bombas.com and get 20% off your first order.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Jessica Jalal. And yesterday, for that 3-degree guarantee, Tiffany had busted it, but somebody got to walk away with over $400.
Yes.
So it starts back up today, I think.
I don't even care if she landed on it or not. Yesterday's temperatures
were great.
Chef's kiss.
That's the win.
That is the
we're all
win.
winning with
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Being able to get outside yesterday with the kids, that was fantastic. I hope I can do it again today.
Maybe, hopefully. Tiffany, how's it looking?
You can, yes, definitely. Take advantage of another 70-degree day today, because after today, we start to cool things down. Unfortunately, we were just 1 degree off the 3-degree guarantee. I forecasted 75. We actually got up to 79 degrees in Pasco yesterday. So unfortunately, that jackpot still at 0, but we'll try it again today, forecasting a high temperature of 78 degrees. So we'll be able to check that out tomorrow morning. For the bus stop forecast, the kids will need the jackets early on. Temperatures in the 40s now, but then they will quickly rise into the upper 60s around recess time. A perfect day to play outside. 76 degrees as they're heading home. No rain or storms expected as they're heading home from school, and most of you will probably get home from work okay as well. These thunderstorms really won't get their act together until early this evening, and they'll pop up first across the western portions of Washington and Oregon, and then start to make their way toward us. So we have a marginal risk for isolated severe storms. Main threats today, if these storms can develop, will be damaging wind gusts, potentially in excess of 60 miles per hour, quarter-size hail, and some heavy downpour. So we'll have more on this risk, and we'll let you know how much cooler it's going to get starting tomorrow. Coming up in a bit. Ladies, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Now, starting off your half hour in Yakima, where the county is being accused of violating a settlement agreement with the local law firm. This over withholding records related to coroner Jim Curtis. Now, last fall, prosecuting attorney Joe Brusick told YPD in an email the coroner's wife had texted him on his work phone. The law firm asking for the texts and suing when they didn't get them. The county then agreed to pay $65,000 and hand over the records by March 1st, which they haven't done. Now the law firm is asking the court to order them to comply.
Sounds like from our communications with them that the remaining text messages have been deleted. And so there's a question about whether or not those can be recovered.
The law firm also filing a third lawsuit over another public records request, saying the county won't provide the original email or its metadata. And coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, we'll have more on this story.
Well, the city of Sunnyside is celebrating history at this week's city council meeting. City council board moved to approve 2 proclamations, one of them recognizing the contributions of all individuals who have worked to promote justice and equality. Just Monday night, they established a day to honor the legacy of Cesar Chavez, who fought for migrant farm workers' rights.
Whereas it is appropriate to honor the achievements and contributions of Cesar Chavez to our community and to our nation by designating March 31 as Cesar Chavez Day in the city of Sunnyside, Washington. Now therefore, I, Dean Borsma, Mayor of the city of Sunnyside, Washington, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of the state of Washington and on behalf of the Sunnyside City Council, do hereby proclaim Monday, March 31 as Cesar Chavez Day in the city of Sunnyside.
The city of Sunnyside also establishing March as Women's History Month. Councilmember Vicky Frosto wrote in this proclamation in dedication to the women in the community and shared a message in honor of them.
And really it is the women who lead this community, who drive this community, and this city was really built on the backbone and the shoulders of many women from different backgrounds and experiences. And so today we honor women who have paved the way for many of us.
At the end of both proclamations, the City Council put a pause to the council meeting business to capture this monumental moment with the community.
Also in Sunnyside, the city is taking one step further to ensure every voice is heard when it comes to making decisions. The board is creating a youth-led version of the City Council, and Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports that this initiative aims to empower the next generation by ensuring their ideas help shape the community.
Vicky Frasto, a council member with the City of Sunnyside, presented a draft of establishing a student-run city council board. The draft, Frasto says, so far is in collaboration with her and the deputy mayor, along with 2 high schoolers.
The youth voice since the get-go, as we are developing decision-making that are going to impact them directly. And so thank you so much for helping draft this and being a part of the process. And we're just one step closer to making this a reality in our community.
Frasto says this new board would help build a connection with youth and their community.
Involved and empowered and also demystifying really local governance, civic engagement, and overall allowing them to be part of our process because this community is much theirs as it is ours.
The Sunnyside City Mayor says it does not require people to be in their 50s or 60s to have any wisdom.
Opportunity for us to engage our youth. I honestly believe that eventually we expect them to be up here where we are when we're no longer here. Whether they run against us and boot us out or whether we decide that we've had enough and move on, we need people to take our place, and we look to the youth to do that.
Frasto says so far this is what the draft for the Student Council Board would resemble.
Recruit 7 youth members and having each youth represent each city council district, just like we all represent a district. The youth members would be between the ages of 12 to 18. And would either reside or attend schools in Sunnyside. Members will serve without compensation.
Frasto says each member would serve a 2-year term with a maximum of 2 consecutive or non-consecutive terms, and the City Council would elect a chair and a co-chair to preside over the meetings. Reporting in Sunnyside, Monique Ledesma for Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. Now, the Student Council Board is still in the drafting stage, and age requirements are not yet set in stone, but an update will be provided at the next regular City Council meeting.
5:36, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we will check back in with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. She'll have your first alert forecast as we give you that live look outside from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. We are off to another beautiful start to our day.
Apple Valley News Now investigates critical condition, the nursing shortage, tonight.
We're here at US Cellular, Frost Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them. It's like we got our own special club. Should we show them?
Get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
The wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row has been extended, so there's still time to save big on every sofa, dining group, and bed. Find sofas in super soft velvet to expertly tailored sophistication, dining groups with gorgeous planked detailing to refined transitional style, sleep beds with practical storage to timeless elegance with modern comfort. Save 30% on all Doctor's Choice mattresses or get 60 months no interest. But hurry, the extended wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Knowing these laws sets my truck wreck team apart. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck, our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter.
The Heavy Hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
So what do you think about these?
We like this.
Yeah, we love it.
When it's time for an update or a complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
We're going to take everything down to the
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs.
Honey, you were right. Turned out.
Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com to learn more about no interest, no payments for 12 months.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great phone and the right phone plan for you. You can get 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
That's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
Because you get both.
U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Everybody said we would never last. Here we are.
America's favorite family.
Somehow it felt like it would be forever.
Takes their final bow.
And I'm going to miss it very, very much.
Well, let me just take this.
Tonight, President Trump's call with Vladimir Putin, what this could mean for Ukraine, plus the splashdown off the Florida coast, the joyful return. World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Welcome back. It is 5:39, and I hope you had the chance to get outside for a little bit yesterday. If you didn't, today will be the last day to do so because it will turn more unsettled and cooler starting tonight into tomorrow. So here's why we're so warm. We have a big ridge of high pressure really dominating the western 1/3 of the country, pushing that jet stream off to the north. While there's a dip in the jet stream just to our west, that's our incoming storm system. That'll be impacting us tonight. But before that happens, we're going to be well above average. Keep in mind, we should be in the upper 50s, lower 60s this time of year. We're going to be in the mid to upper 70s. So record highs are looking likely as we head into some of our cities. And that is going to be the case in Tri-Cities, Yakima, and Walla Walla, as those records are sitting in the middle 70s. And we're forecasting 78 in the Tri-Cities, 75 in Yakima, 80 in Walla Walla. Hermiston, your record is in the lower 80s. It'll be close, but we'll probably end up just below it today with that increase in cloud cover. Now, we do have today as a First Alert Weather Alert Day, and that's because of the chance for isolated severe thunderstorms across our region this evening into tonight. It's a level 1 out of 5. There's a slightly better chance for more widespread activity to our west, really along the Cascades. It includes Seattle down to Portland and much of that I-5 corridor. So keep that in mind if your travels take you there today. Now we'll break down that hour by hour forecast and show you how long the cooler weather will last coming up in a bit. Back to you.
All right, it's a Wednesday, and Wednesdays are all about pairing you with your new best friend because it's time now for Operation Best Friend.
That's right, and today we're introducing you to Trudy, a little lady with a big and sassy personality. Take a look.
With me, this is
Looks like we're having a little technical difficulty with that package.
Right, we are, and we are going to have more on Trudy in our next hour, so stay tuned for that. But we'll be right back with more Morning Sprint and more weather after this short break.
Time isn't just minutes or hours. It's the moments spent where and with the people who make home feel like home. That's why our newly expanded service department is here and open 7 days a week to get you in, out, and on your way. Any make, any model, same day. Get express service, same day at McCurley Chevrolet.
Ready to make beautiful music? It's time for the Trade Up event at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos. Trade in your current piano and upgrade to the instrument of your dreams. Whether it's a breathtaking grand or a state-of-the-art digital model, we'll help freshen up your music. With expert guidance and flexible financing, your dream piano is closer than you think. Start your musical journey today at DickersonsTriCityPianos.com and come visit our store in Richland.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
Curve Appeal's new Era machine is here with an unbeatable offer. Get 4 sessions for just $999 or 8 sessions for $17.99. The best prices in town for incredible results. This special ends April 12th. Start your new era with Curve Appeal. Book your consultation today.
What makes New unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life because if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question, I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Go to newuwomensclinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Watch live with Kelly and Mark weekdays at 9.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning. We're starting off with temperatures in the 40s and 50s out there. We're at 49 in Tri-Cities, 49 in Hermiston, 57 in Pendleton, 55 in Walla Walla, and 52 degrees in Yakima. And we're looking at another very warm day today. Winds were pretty light yesterday, and they'll be on the light side today, anywhere between 5 and about 15 miles per hour. Not nearly as strong as what they were a few days ago, but these winds could certainly ramp up as thunderstorms develop this evening. So let's take you hour by hour, letting you know what to expect today, because today is a first alert weather day. Not really for the daytime hours, because it's going to be dry during the day. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, with those clouds really increasing late in the day. And look, here we are by 5 o'clock, and we're still dry, with the thunderstorms first developing along and just east and west of the Cascades. So I think many of you will probably have a dry commute, and we will have more storms pushing into our region this evening. So the Storm Prediction Center still highlighting our area in a marginal risk. That's a level 1 out of 5. There is a slightly better chance for more severe storms across portions of Seattle, Olympia, down to Portland, Salem, and Eugene. That is where they do have a level 2 out of 5. Here's what we're expecting. Isolated severe storms. We're not expecting everyone to see thunderstorms, and nothing is a guarantee, but the chance for isolated severe storms will be possible. If these storms do develop, damaging wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour, hail and heavy downpours will be the main threats. And when are we talking about? Really between 5 and 10 o'clock this evening. Once we get beyond that time frame, the severe threat will be diminishing. So as we go through time here, you can see some of these storms start to lift off to the northeast, but there's not a lot of action going on overnight. So if we don't see much action between that time frame, then we're not expecting any severe storms once we get into tonight and during the day tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to turn cooler and we'll see more in the way of rain showers. So overnight, temperatures fall into the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. And then during the day tomorrow, notice that we're just expecting scattered showers. So you'll need to keep that rain gear with you tomorrow. And it is going to be cooler. We're talking about temperatures tomorrow only in the 60s. So you definitely will need that jacket all day long tomorrow, with lower 60s across the Yakima Valley, middle 60s from Tri-Cities, and then lower 60s into the foothills of the Blues. So today, that first alert weather day for the potential for isolated evening storms, and then we'll just see some light rain overnight, and those showers linger Thursday and Friday. It looks like we'll dry things out as we head into the weekend. In Yakima, late day storms possible anytime after 4 and 5 o'clock, and then just some scattered light rain showers tomorrow with highs in the 60s. Walla Walla, first alert weather day. We're dry during the day. It'll be beautiful, 80 degrees. Evening storms possible, and then rain continues overnight into Thursday and Friday on a scattered basis. And Hermiston, late day storms possible, and then we go from 79 today down into the lower 60s, back down to reality starting tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, we're going to try this again. It is Operation Best Friend Day. And who are we introducing you today to, Jade?
We are going to meet Trudy. We're told she's a little lady with a big sassy personality. Here she is.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Houses, Christine Connolly Realtor, and by Manthite Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Hi, I'm Brooklyn with Pipple Pen, and today I brought a very tiny guest with me. This is Trudy. She's only 4 pounds. She's 4.5 months old, and she's a parvo survivor. She does good with puppies, and she's learning about big dogs right now. She's still a little scared because she's so small. She's unknown with cats. She does like to hop and prance around the house, and she loves to have her little paws up like this. She will be going to her new foster home this weekend so she can get exposure with cats and dogs of all sizes. And we're gonna work on leash training her and walking her around and getting her comfortable. So she is still fairly young, so she's ready for her forever home to teach her all those great things. No young children because she is so teeny tiny. She would do better in a house with just adults and maybe a friend. We are the Pipple Pen, but we do help with every breed of dog. So Chihuahuas, I know I haven't brought a Chihuahua on the news yet, but the only difference is that they're a little more nervous. So since she's so small, everything's so big to her. She does like to be pampered a lot more, as you can see with the coat. But you do have to worry about their size and just be more gentle with them because they're not as big to rough around. If you're interested in meeting Trudy or any of our other wonderful dogs, you can apply on our website, or you can come down to Petco this weekend Saturday to meet a couple of our adoptable dogs.
All right, so Trudy got the memo about how we wear pink on Wednesdays.
That's
and
right.
She knew it was Operation Best Friend Day. So
what a little
she's
cutie.
ahead of us.
I know.
Ahead of the game. Yeah.
I liked her. She's
so cute. Yeah, she's sassy.
Yep, and she could be yours.
And we've got your morning sprint up now.
The morning sprint.
5:50 and time for your morning sprint and the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. A lot of us waking up to the smell of smoke. Fire crews continuing to keep a close eye on the Delta just off of SR 240 near the Yakima River Bridge. That wildfire sparking up again yesterday and had crews trying to get it put out for more than 8 hours. This fire first started Sunday, then reignited again yesterday in different areas along the Delta there. Fire crews telling us that as soon as one hotspot was put out, another one would spark and then spread to other areas throughout that Delta region. They are still monitoring that area this morning.
Yakima County is being accused of violating a settlement agreement with the law firm over withholding records related to coroner Jim Curtis. Last fall, prosecuting attorney Joe Brusick told YPD in an email the coroner's wife had texted him on his work phone. The law firm asked for the texts, sued when they didn't get them, and the county agreed to pay $65,000 and send the records by March 1st, which they haven't done. The law firm is now asking the court to order them to comply.
And a local robotics team is building a legacy and competing once again in the World Robotics Competition. The Circle Gets the Square robotics team from Ellensburg is gearing up to head to Dallas, Texas, where they're going to compete on the world stage. It's a 3-day tournament, and it will bring together over 480 teams, all vying for the title of Best Robotics Team in the World.
A new art studio has opened up in Sela. It's offering inclusive, affordable, no-judgment art opportunities for anyone who wants to. And there will be events like Bob Ross classes, also painting technique classes, art camps for kids, and open studio time. And the goal is to make art more accessible for people in the community who could benefit from it the most. And a list of upcoming events is available online.
Now, Washington is facing a nursing shortage and is now projected to be among the worst in the country over the next 12 years. And a lot of hospitals like Cadlick and Richland are struggling to get enough nurses. So coming up tonight, our Wendy Redman will have an in-depth look on how healthcare professionals are trying to turn all of this around. That's tonight right here on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
In your national headlines this morning, questions are mounting over how the editor-in-chief with The Atlantic was added to a group chat with top national security officials ahead of the U.S. attack in Yemen. Jeffrey Goldberg saying Mike Waltz invited him to the chat. Several members of Congress also calling for an investigation. The Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and CIA Director John Ratcliffe met with senators yesterday and are both expected back on Capitol Hill today for a hearing with House members. And President Trump signed an executive order requiring people to provide proof of citizenship if they want to vote in federal elections. That means you would have to provide your passport, military ID, or qualifying state or federal photo ID, and that's just to name a few. A Supreme Court ruling mandates that states accept a generic voter registration form offered by the U.S. Election Assistance Commission, and this does not require citizenship documents, but the EAC says it's reviewing the executive order and will determine the next steps.
In your business headlines this morning at 5:54, Samsung Electronics co-CEO Han Jong-hee has passed away. Han was in charge of the company's consumer electronics and mobile device business for the past 3 years. Samsung officials releasing a statement saying that he passed away from cardiac arrest and thanked him for nearly 4 decades of work, adding that he helped the tech giant's TV business become a worldwide success. He was just 63 years old.
In your health headlines, 5 senior leaders at the CDC are leaving, and the exits include the directors of the Public Health Infrastructure Center and the National Center on Birth Defects and Developmental Disabilities. 3 other offices were also named in an internal memo. And if you like chewing gum, you may be surprised to learn that you're potentially bringing in hundreds of microplastics into your mouth. After conducting a study on nearly a dozen popular chewing gums, researchers found just 1 gram of chewing gum can release about 100 microplastics. Health experts say these microplastics can threaten people's health in part because they potentially carry harmful bacteria.
And in your sports headlines this morning, officials say the death of former Yankees star Brett Gardner's 14-year-old son may have been due to food poisoning. Now, Gardner and his wife announced that their son Miller had passed away suddenly on Sunday after a short illness. Costa Rican authorities say Gardner and his family were vacationing when they all fell ill, likely from food poisoning, and his death is still under investigation. And the Sweet 16 is now set for the men's college basketball tournament. Millions of people sharing one thing in common: busted brackets. March Madness has frankly been pretty maddening for many. About 34 million people, myself included, filled out brackets, and right now not a single entry has picked all of the teams correctly.
You could just avoid it like B, and you don't have to feel the disappointment, right?
Yeah, exactly. Great idea.
Well, trending this morning, George Clooney's star power is lighting up Broadway.
Yes, Clooney starring in the play Good Night and Good Luck, which is based on the movie by the same name that Clooney starred in back in 2005. The play chronicles the life of broadcast journalist Edward R. Murrow.
And the Broadway League announced the play grossed $3.3 million just last week, and that's a Broadway box office record for a non-musical play in a single week.
Yeah, it eclipses a record set only earlier this month by the play Othello, which we were just talking about the other day. That has Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal starring in that Shakespeare play.
It earned $2.8 million during the week that ended March 9th, and the average ticket price for Othello is $303, while it's $1 less for Good Night and Good Luck. And you know those are going to be, selling out quickly because you've got your A-list actors in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, just star-studded stage.
I'm going to find a little clip and see how they're doing.
I know. Well, and as a Murrow College graduate from Washington State University, I love that movie, and now got to see the play.
We got to see it.
Got to see it. Okay, let's do it. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, we are going to introduce you once again to our little lady, Trudy. It's Operation Best Friend, and she could be your best friend as she looks for her forever home.
And she got the memo for wearing pink on Wednesdays, and we'll meet her in our 6 o'clock hour again. But first, meteorologist Tiffany Savona will be back with your first solar weather forecast. It's all coming up in that 6 o'clock hour.